G'day one, g'day all Hawks fans. Welcome to the 2022 mid-season award show. Well, it's the bye-round award show, we should really put it. But the Hawks have had a break, and let me tell you, between no Hawks or Box Hill, it's been a boring weekend for us fans. So we need to get the tone up and about before we tackle the Western Bulldogs next week. So this is basically all about you guys. We're going to have some fun tonight. It is going to be all about giving out some awards. Some are going to be pretty predictable. Some are going to be obscure. We're going to make some up on the spot, I should say, from you guys. So this is where you're going to get involved. But as always, this is Talking Hawks. We garner good footy conversation from around the globe, and we bring Hawthorn supporters together, including Matt, who's here as per usual, the chief, the CEO, the man in charge. How are you, mate?
Very well, mate. Nice opening, and fans, we are all about you tonight. So had some good banter from some of the polls, and mate, you were hitting it like a banshee today, mate. Getting all these polls organised for us. So some good insights. I'm looking forward to the discussions.
Mate, I've been feeling a bit crook for the last couple of days, and it's fair to say, without any articles to write, I've been feeling a bit useless. So we had to get the fans involved. We had to get up and about because, like we said, it was a bit of a boring night, a boring week, sorry, we should say. So, Hawks fans, let's start with where you're watching from tonight. We always like to know who is the furthest Hawks fan from us. We do like to know how far the reach is going. Jason, we're all the better for you joining us, mate. Thank you very much for that. So, for those who didn't know throughout the day, and I know today is a working day, we ran polls for some awards that we're going to hand out tonight. So to everyone that got involved, we were averaging about 100, 120, 130, I think, each poll, which was magnificent for a Monday. So to all those, thank you for getting involved. If you haven't followed us on Twitter at Talking Hawks, get involved. We're going to run more stuff as the season goes on. Queensland Dan, you're a star. Thank you very much. So, yes, we've got some stuff that we know we're giving out, but oh, goodness gracious me, are we going to give out some stuff that you guys are hopefully going to come up with throughout the show? We've got a couple of shout-outs to do and all those good things, Matty. But let's start with the news, mate. Robert, WA, fantastic. The VFLW girls, the season didn't end as we wanted to. We dropped out in straight sets. However, oh boy, has there been some criticism around the fact the Hawks have not allowed the AFLW listed girls to play in the finals, therefore taking effectively the nucleus out of our team. But geez, wasn't that a bit of an overreaction considering we've got well, not a full season, but we've got a professional season starting in just 3 months. 2 months, August.
It's staggering that, look, we want the win that much, but I think for the futures of the AFLW team, because I think it's around about 2/3 of the 15-odd AFL listed players have that will be playing for the Hawks. We want them in good nick. The preseason has started, so I think it's about 6 or so, 4, 6 off to Sydney, and look, we wish them all the best wherever they're travelling, and sad for Cherie and the VFLW team, everyone behind the scenes, because they're putting in a massive effort, and clearly one of the top 2 teams this season.
Yeah, 100%. And when we were fully fit, we drew with the best team in the competition in the Bombers. So they can, if they want to win the VFLW season, good luck to them. But we'll take them down when it comes to the serious stuff. The last thing about the girls before we move on, mate, I am hearing, Dominic, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm just hearing a rumor, mate, that round 1, Hawthorn's first AFLW game is going to be a standalone game against Geelong. Your thoughts?
Oh, it's great.
It's just something I'm hearing.
Start off with a bang.
Just what I'm hearing. Yeah,
mate. Why not? Just get the claws out against the Cats. Let's make it happen. I reckon they'll be keen as to make a huge first impression. So if it's against one of our clubs, modern day rivals, why not continue that in the AFLW? Awesome.
Yeah, needs to happen. Alrighty, a couple of other pieces of news, mate, just before we jump into here. Mitch Lewis and Jack Gunston are expected to play this week, which firstly, well, thank God if we can put that out there. Feeling confident about the Bulldogs this week. Jason, we're absolutely going to get into that more in depth at the end of the week. But Lewis and Gunston back, Matty, look, the fans already know it makes us a handful of goals better team. And better depth up forward. So magnificent to have those two boys back.
No doubt. Look, can't wait. And you want those two firing. Absolutely.
Yeah, and Joshy Ward and Max Lynch are also going to take a cautious approach to concussion. And as we know, the Bulldogs have got their concussion concerns themselves with Timmy English. All right, let's get into these awards now, fans. We're going to want some award ideas at some point. It is Maddie and I tonight. Some of the Talkie Hawks behind the scenes team are a bit busy tonight. So we'll open up your ideas in a tick. So we will get to you, I promise you. But we'll kind of do this in an order because I kind of need Maddie to bounce off the conversation here because he's got to look at comments as well. So us men, we're not that great with the multitasking. So I'm going to need the big fella engaged here. But we'll start with an award that is going to be handed out on the Peter Crimmins medal night at the end of the year, but we're handing it out right now, mate, and that is the most improved. Now, because we've only got 3 or 4 nominees for each category, I kind of had to do the odd straw poll in my head first, which 3 I would put out there. We went with Dylan Moore, Mitch Lewis, or our man Jai, and we try not to be biased here, mate, while we're putting Jai in there. But my goodness me, isn't this man a star? And oh boy, did the fans vote massively with this one, with the Tall Timber taking it out.
Mate, I'm going to have a few guesses here because I don't know that I've got these orders right. Hey,
oh, there we go.
All right,
we're off to a good start. Look at that.
It's a bit of bingo tonight, so you didn't know you were up for that, but here we are.
How good. It's just, first of all, like 201 votes for a Monday morning is extraordinary. Mitch, 100%. Thank you so much. So Mitch Lewis, 47.3% there, taking it out. And as a fan, Matty, I'm happy with that. I think 20 set. We wanted Mitch to step up, contract year. I don't think we could have asked for much more with 27 goals in 9 games.
Yeah, amazing. And the accuracy, phenomenal. He's not looking like taking a backward step, and that consistency, the work in his body, the confidence is up. It's just starting to click that little bit more on that forward line. And I reckon it's, back to a little bit of just with the size. Maybe not quite the same figure of a buddy, but, that big hulking forward that's running towards you and he's kicking well. He's going to be who you're looking for first if you're darting across the forward 50, aren't you, if you're entering that ball.
He's looking at defenders, and I think he's, instead of saying, I've got to compete with you, I think he's saying, I'm going to beat you, and I know how, and I'm actually going to use my frame. And considering the Hawks are 16th in the competition for inside 50s, his production has been extraordinary. So, Hawks fans, we're all on the same page there, which is extraordinary. Let's get to the win of the year. Now, I didn't include the North win in that because, let's face it, no one was going to vote for the North game, for crying out loud, although Sam Mitchell did get off to a fantastic coaching start. So round 2 v Port, round 5 v Geelong, round 10 v Brisbane. And my goodness me, it really should have been round 13 versus Fremantle. Goodness me, Dockers, what are you doing to us? Now,
I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
Here's the bingo.
Bang.
There we go.
Yeah, mate, you're on fire. I shouldn't jinx this, but that's where we're at. So round 5 v Geelong, 75.6%. Brisbane, 16%. I'm actually stunned that round 2 v Port is not only last, but 8.4%. I know the Geelong, massive rivalry, Matty, but I don't think we've played a better 4-quarter game this year than the game against Port. That's honestly the one that I would vote for if I wasn't the one running the thing.
Bit of recency bias, I'd suggest, in the fans, we just love to beat Geelong. So I recken that's part of the reason why.
Yeah.
But,
and there's no downside to this, by the way.
Not at all. It's look, beating the Hoops, it doesn't get much better. So Brisbane, that was a great effort where they were in their form. So really happy with the boys. But a few maybe unsuspecting wins.
Yeah, absolutely. That Port game, I reckon I've watched it 5 times since. Extraordinary game. And yes, Hawks fans, I know you might be asking, where has that been every week? But we'll get that consistency in the game. But let us know what you think. If you didn't manage to get on Twitter, do you agree with the 76% of fans? Do you think Geelong is the win of the year so far? Comment below. Let us know. We're going to now. This was the one when I was putting sort of my list together when we were doing polls, Matty, where I went, geez, I don't know where this one's going to go. And that is the jersey frenzy. Now, we know when we get a new jersey, mate, and we need a number on the back, first of all. It's un-Australian to go to the footy with a jersey on without a number. Is that fair? I think
Yeah, look, it's a commitment.
I'm
It's like
passionate about
one,
this, 100%.
you're committed to wearing the jumper, but then
Yeah,
who are you backing? Yeah, so
yeah,
100%,
exactly.
and you can't you don't change that lightly.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And we went with, Mitch Lewis has changed numbers every year he's been in the competition, which is extraordinary, but we think he'll stick with 2. Of course, CJ is taking over 9 until he retires. And Jai, of course, has got the 44, which we hope he stays in for the rest of his career. But oh boy, the fans are paying a bit extra for the extra number. Number 44, Jai, 47.2%, just eking out CJ. And boy, let me tell you, speaking of things that have got no downside, either one of those, I think you're absolutely flying.
Pretty handy to be behind both of those boys talking Hawks. Very happy, and
How's that for a plug?
well,
Beautiful.
but this is what we've enjoyed seeing a bit of this, haven't we? It's
No, he
like
can't. It's a free kick, Matty.
he got look, all right, but he goes hard was the essence of was the spirit of or the intention right there. So having a bit of fun, but maybe he didn't catch the cheeky one. So he's usually business. So, but a bit of tongue out, a bit of swagger almost looks like, but I reckon he's probably pretty spent, to be honest, in that. Then that's an opportunist photo. We love Jai. And for those that are sponsoring Jai in the next week or 2, keep an eye on your emails because we're having a closed session with Jai behind the scenes for you that have jumped on board as a sponsor. Not too late. Join us at talkinghawks.com for the details. If you want to sponsor the players, CJ, Denver, and Jai.
Absolutely. I think Mitch Lewis is a little stiff there. We know that those that have got the number 2 with Ruff, and Ruff is one of the most loved Hawks of all time. This big full forward that's going to take us to the next level. Thought he was a little bit stiff. Now, there are some great mysteries in this world, Matty, as we know, the Bermuda Triangle and all these things, the Loch Ness Monster. I'm going to add something to the list, and that is how the hell that was a dangerous freak. Now, I know you guys talked about this in the review, but goodness gracious me, how the hell was that a free kick? Explain it to me, because you've had some time to sit on it. How do you look at that tackle and think anything but holy moly, that's a fantastic tackle?
Yeah, look, I think but the way the body was being driven down and whatnot, it's not quite there. But look, let's officiating. We're here to have a bit of fun tonight. Let's not worry about the umps because there's probably not too much fun. I'll tell you what I do like. This fella, in terms of he was very close, but the celebrations, he's evolved a little bit. He does love a goal in a big way. And Mitchie, just keep bringing him, mate. Keep celebrating because we love it.
And he kicked the sealer against the Cats, and he did a little bit of the Shy Bolton showboating, and we loved it. And once again, the media or the fun police taking it out on players, but that was extraordinary. So we sponsor both CJ and Jai, so there's no bias here, but you've got a few young ones that you might have to supply some jerseys for. Are you fronting up with the 44, or are you fronting up with the 9? Or something different? No, I need to be number 13, feeling more, my man.
I reckon I'm split across the boys. Two would be Jai, and 1 would be CJ. So the young princess, she's not quite. We'll work out where she goes, but there's a little bit of a split household. But Jai's winning here, so probably in line with the fans on that one.
At least they're all Hawks fans, mate. So that's the division in the household's not too bad. Yeah. They all get to sleep under the roof, which is good. No one's in the garage. We love that. All right, let's go to Mr. Underrated. Now, the reason why I went with this is because, again, the media, you can call them, the fun police or whatever, but they seemingly only talk about the same 6 players in a season. The Bont, Toby Green, and all these guys. It's only good when our players showboat. I love that, Dom. I love that honesty.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. Yeah. You got 9 on your last jumper. Fantastic. Last jumper had 20. The Spang. Oh, Nigel, might be
commitment, Nigel. I love that.
My favourite fan. That could be fan of the year moment right there. That's extraordinary.
We might have to get the Spang dog on the show because Spang is, I think
we need to.
Warms all Hawks fans' hearts. So, yeah.
That man is a god to us. Okay, so the reason why we went with Mr. Underrated is, like I said, we're sick of the media talking about the same 6 players every week. It kind of gets a bit annoying, but no one knows the Hawks players like the Hawks fans. So who has had a season that's been worthy of more mentions, basically? And there are a few comments under this poll asking why I didn't put Blake Hardwick in this poll. I might address those in just a tick, but we went with either Harry Morrison, Luke Bruce, Will Day, or Jackie Scrimshaw. And we had a pretty definitive winner in this one, mate. Yeah, go for it.
And look, votes out of the park. 269 votes and some good little commentary off the back of it. But there we go.
Harry.
HMO. Oh, I'm look. You're not seeing my votes, but he was my vote in this poll. So I've been a big fan of him this year, and he just keeps getting it done. It's brilliant. What more can you ask for? Really, it's the odd game where maybe there's a little bit going on, but it's nice to have. Look, I'm surprised by the size of that poll. There, the two running, bolting bolts. What do you call them? Horses bolting, whatever. Harry and Jack, but look, Will Day as well. Probably not his most consistent season as yet, but definitely underrated. So Brewsty just, that's his whole career, isn't it?
Criminally underrated Punky. I went Jack Scrimshaw pretty confidently as well. He's not losing a lot of one-on-ones, finding the footy, using it well, and the fans kind of a little bit in uproar about no Blake Hardwick in the poll, and
yes.
I've been a little bit vocal on this. I'm seeing some holes in Dimmer, which breaks my soul. Much like Hodgie broke his finger, the former number 15 down at Devon Meadows, which is an extraordinary way to spend your time. But the current number 15, no, 20 plus. Go on.
That was almost a poll. And so I'm going to do. I'm not surprised. Before I go to that, I'm not surprised you went for Scrimshaw. But you're giving context. Let's give context. It's Dimmer this year. So
yes, 100%.
Yes, but career-wise, like Brewsty, Mr. Underrated.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like in the preseason, I think even we highlighted David King kind of asked, is anyone taking note of Blake Hardwick because he's been runner-up in 2 best and fairest, and we're all sitting here like, yeah, we are, because we're actually watching him. It's extraordinary what happens when you pay attention, Kingy. Goodness me. But, Dimmer this year, no games above 20 disposals, and I think for all the games that he's played, 14 plus, he's got his second worst one-on-one winning percentage. So...
Yep.
Offensively, defensively, I think he's just a touch off. Hasn't been a bad year, but just, maybe 5% not his best.
Yep. Possibly some role changes and whatnot. We will see. But poll without notice to the fans.
Oh, yes, please.
Those that may have got there, we've got some Carlton draftees. So which former Hawk, you've just named Hodgie being one.
Oh, yeah.
Silk got the win. Ruffy didn't get the win.
But he kicked a couple.
Yes, anyway, I don't want to bias the poll. Hodgie, what was the result there on that one?
Devon Meadows lost by a goal.
Okay, so Silk's got the win.
Yep.
Which of those Hawk Premiership players can't draft? I think it's a good initiative, getting people back out to the footy. But who was the best? So whack that one in the comments if you know. If you don't, or if you got there, because I know some of you do, and we've seen some great pics on some of the other Hawks social media, Hawk fan groups and whatnot. Glenn Perry Gold, don't know that he's with us tonight, but I think he's got down to a couple already. So I reckon from what I've seen, it's just hard to go past getting a win, isn't it?
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
But I kind of would have liked a massive bag for Ruff and Hodgie breaking a finger. Hodgie's he's been in good pastures. Queensland's been good to win. But I love that they whack the Guernsey on and have another go.
Yeah, so he told the story on as I just knocked my mic over. Sorry for everyone wearing headphones. He told the story on SEN that he hurt his calf in the warm-up because apparently they warm up more at Devon Meadows than they do in the AFL, which is extraordinary. And then, he had a contest and he looked down and he saw a bit of bone coming out of his little finger. Sorry to everyone at home if that's a bit graphic. But he's looked down and apparently he's told his opponent, I don't think that looks right. Like, if I saw that, I'd be screaming. Like, what? Who is this man? Is that even human?
Yeah. That's the bloke that just with the broken rib, just, let's Geelong have a piece of it. Just he's ready to go.
Yeah. Don't discount Hodgie, by the way. They were up by 34 points, Devon Meadows, and lost it after he went to hospital. So if we're looking for MVP style, maybe Hodgie's influence out there. Hodgie might have been the difference because he went off. So
maybe it was good. It's good to see the coaching, all of them just giving back. So great initiative.
100%.
I don't know if we got a conclusive poll there, but so we'll call that a flop. But moving on.
I think Silk gets the points. because he got the win. All right, let's go to best first-year player again. An award that will be given out on Peter Crimmon's medal night, which hopefully, Matty, we'll be able to get to. But we'll talk about that. The more that we know about it, don't really know why I brought it up. But anyway,
I'll run with it right now. So yeah, we've already started talking. So there's thoughts of getting a table together. So we're asking the club if you would like to join us. Drop your details at talkinghawks.com. Let us know, PCM, and we're just finding out the details. So, yeah, if we end up getting a table or two, we'll just sort of spread the team across a couple of tables, and who knows who else we can get along with us as far as, some former players or, Talking Hawks own. So
100%.
That's the plan.
I think I do, if I could give the Hawks some advice, it would be, I think their communication just needs to get a little bit stronger. I've emailed my details about emceeing the night. They still haven't got back to me with the official yes. So if they could do that ASAP so I could get the suit fitted and we can go from there, Matty. But they're a bit behind on giving Dazzling the top job.
If you can pay your manager a little bit more, I reckon I'm happy to email them on your behalf. We'll see what we can do.
All right, done. Beautiful. Hawks fans, we'll get a petition going. It's fine. We'll go from there. Let's go to the best first-year player. Now, we've had 4 debutants for the club this year. The 3 draftees in Josh Ward, Connor McDonald, and Sam Butler. We've also had Max Lynch, of course, but I don't think I've met a man with an unluckier first year at a football club. So which one's been the best this season? And, oh, boy, this was like Winks running against just a couple of ponies, Matty. Here's Connor McDonald. The C-Mac, the man from Doveton, has run away with it with 74.2%. And if I could unlock a bit of a bitter bone here, I remember there were a few people on draft night unhappy we took him over a certain Tyler, who we haven't seen at AFL level yet. But C-Mac has slotted in beautifully. Jesus, clean.
He's done amazing. Oh, look, I was surprised to see Josh Ward so far back, to be honest. With Sam Butler, I thought maybe he'll be a bit less. Maybe some recency bias might get Sam a few votes. But Connor, geez, everyone's, dipping the lid. So he's come on with the plomp, and he's generally, I think his consistency's been fairly good for a first-year player.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think amongst all the draftees this year, I think he's played the 4th most games. I think they include Nick Martin in that list as well.
All right. I'm going to just do a random. Okay. So across your Daz does his player reviews, and so he's given C-Mac, Connor McDonald. He's got 6 3-stars.
Bang on you, Connor.
In his I think it's 10 games that he's played. One. So that's a pretty good effort for a first year player, and it's not like he's sitting there in the guts every week, getting a lot of the ball, a lot of attention. So it's just great start. So
graveyard shift in the half forward flank, mate. You got to be a special player to survive there without being irrelevant. So he's done an extraordinary job.
Yeah, phenomenal. So that's all right. I won't do any more random stats, but I've got them all sitting here.
That's all right. No stress. Still got a few to get to. We want to get to the fans as well, because there's just a few more that we can get through. But let's go to.
Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
This is a big call. So Cody Mansell is doing a bit of beat reporting here, just for the Devon Meadows game, and that was a. We're backing that, Cody. You are the man.
That's fantastic.
Can't disagree at all. Just scrolling through. There's been a few good little comments here. Definitely. Before we move on, Butler.
Oh, 100%. This is in no way an indictment on the other boys. This draft class looks outstanding. We don't think Ned Long's that far away, and he was a rookie selection. Of course, we know Josh Ward struggled with his concussion, and Jai Sarong as well has played a few different roles at Box Hill. So, absolutely no complaints about this draft class. This is going to be the nucleus of the next premiership team to that.
Yeah.
I have no doubt. More like Bruce Lee's.
I don't know if I got that in context there, but maybe
the Chuck Norris thing. I think
Chuck. I think after Chuck declined to go up, Bruce wasn't ready for it either. So it's a big assignment, Hodgie, even with the broken finger.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to look. We are, Matty. We've had our fair share of bad hair days, mate. That's why we get saved by the hats. That's not just a hat holder, my friend, just here, but it does it well. But look, there are two egregious hairstyles that have been rocking the Hawthorn Football Club this year more than others, and they needed to be addressed. Now, Tom Phillips is a bit unlucky because clearly in his off-season he went salmon fishing in Alaska, and he wasn't able to access any grooming facilities in the entire off-season, and he's come back to Australia, and clearly he's still living in the wilderness because
he's running with
the
it.
great
He's
man's,
converted. He's an Alaskan now. I don't think he's Australian anymore.
It's extraordinary what he's running with, and I thought to myself, all right, well, he's just might be a bit unkempt, but that's the way he lives his life. And look at my head, I'm in no position to judge. And then in round one, we saw Chad Wingard walk out with blonde tips.
Oh, I can understand the 30-year-old seeing a couple of greys caused a few concerns.
The only 30-year-old that should be having that hair is Eminem, and he was 30, 20 years ago. Come on, Chad.
Well.
He's got to be better than that. He's got rid of it too. So
yeah, it didn't grow out graciously. But
no.
Look, he didn't go and recolor it. So to his credit, he sucked it up and he put up with it. And maybe he liked it. Maybe we just having a crack from afar here. But it's easy on the couch. So here we go.
Yeah, they're the numbers I like to see. Yeah. Chair fiasco was the worst look. I love all those fans that went with Chad. I just have to say thank you. You've reiterated my faith in humanity, and you're all extraordinary. We're still getting votes on these polls coming through as well because Silly Daz didn't actually cap the last few of them.
Yeah, we just clearly Talking Hawks clearly doesn't have as much reach in Alaska, but at this point, we are coming. We are coming.
Absolutely, 100% we are. All righty. Before we go to the fans, because we might go to the fans before we do the last couple, but the next one here now, we saw Bruce McAvaney at the Logies do a big thank you to.
I've missed some comments. I have to go back here.
Well, clearly the Chad Kroger thing works because he got Avril Lavigne to marry him, so clearly there's something in that. That's clever from us.
Yeah, and we did throw around Maxi. He's just it's hard to miss him.
I think someone called his hair a knockout, and he took it a bit too literally. He needs to be all right. I mean, come on,
but that'll do from the fans at this point. So clearly, maybe we need Andy Gower's son, Billy's going to the hairdressing caper. Maybe we get him back down the club, and he can give the boys a bit of a hand.
Fingers crossed, although I've seen Billy's bleached look and maybe just on a consultancy fee, Matty. Sometimes it's a do as I say, not as I do kind of caper from Billy there, but he's been good for Southport this year.
It's the image. It's all right. He's a hairdresser. He's just testing it all out. It's all good.
That's okay, and I know plenty of chefs that can't cook either. Doesn't necessarily mean you're an expert in the field. Come on, Billy. You got to improve, son. All right. So Bruce McAvaney was inducted into the Australian Television Hall of Fame, and may I say rightly so. And he gave a shout out to Dennis Cometti, again, one of the great commentators of our time. But Dennis, one of his famous quotes off the field, he was asked, who would you get to take a set shot for your life? And he famously answered, my mum, because she's the only one that would care, which, by the way, is a fantastic answer from Dennis. But we asked the Hawks fans of the top 4 most accurate goal kickers of the season, who are you backing to kick a set shot to save your life? Of course, between Lewis, Bruce, Moore, and Cozzy. I was actually astounded. Cozzy shooting at 75%, which is absolutely extraordinary. So is Mitch Lewis, but it was again our first multiple poll winner, my friend, the big tall timber up forward.
There he is, mate. He's getting it done. I would have loved to have seen the poll results if he didn't have the points there.
The goal kicking there?
Things. But we'll never know. We will never know. So Mitchy Lewis probably, just phenomenal with the accuracy at this point. And who would have thought there was a day and an age. What was it? Did Bruce do 21 straight? Was that when he equaled
29?
Lockett? Was it 20? I think. Oh, geez, 29. Geez, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you've only sold him 8 short.
Yeah. Phenomenal. But, you never know. Brucey plays on for another year or two. It's pretty handy to have the accuracy he's got.
Well, I love the ambiguity of not picking a spot on the ground because Like, if you're 20 meters out on the fence, I mean, give me Punky any day of the week because the man just,
Yes.
bends the footy like no other. So I liked the thought of wherever it was on the ground, just drop the player and have the kick, which is why I thought Punky might have gone a little bit better there. Dylan Moore is the only player in the AFL who's had 6 set shots within 30, between 15 and 40 meters out from goal and hasn't missed. So there we go for Dylan Moore. So if you're plopping him sort of in the front half of the 50, he's never going to grate. The late, great Ken Judge never missed. I like the old day style.
Yes.
Geez, Nigel's come through with a couple of pearlers tonight. He's on fire.
No, I'm just loving the contrast between your profile pic and just your historical knowledge there, Nigel. So maybe no, I'm not going to assume any ages here. This is a good one. Tommy's gone, yeah, McAvoy. Absolutely. He would have to be one of the most accurate ruck kicks in the league, I would have thought.
Do you reckon we've had the most accurate ruckman of all time? Like, you think of the contingency. David Hale was an extraordinarily good kick for goal.
Yes.
Paul Salmon, yes, I know Essendon will claim him too, but we don't claim Essendon, so we're going to take Fish for now. It's kind of the Aussie-New Zealand Pavlova debate. We'll just ignore the other side and just take what helps us.
Yeah.
My
mind goes back to Robbie Campbell, though, and I'm like, oh, he's starting to struggle a little bit.
Simon Taylor was a good kick for goal too from a set shot.
He was very good. Didn't get as many as Robbie did, but from memory. Here we go. More ideas.
Oh, yes. I like that he's gone just the shotgun era. That's That's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, Peter Hunt. Well, Nick, that's just on pure volume. Absolutely. He's kicking 8 a week or whatever he did.
Doesn't get
extraordinary.
Any better, really.
Yeah, David 5.7. 5.7. That's not right.
Oh, we go, Reba. Yeah.
The big Reba. Yes, of course.
Where is that? Does anyone come on, lay it on us? How many goals, how many points has he got so far this year? This is a good call. Thank you, Con.
Fish.
Yes.
Yeah. He's just agreeing with me. I said the Fish.
Sorry, mate. I was reading comments you said at the start of the show. 2 things. I'm wearing a hat. I'm wearing headphones. I'm doing this. I'm already out multitasking my record. Multitasking efforts.
Yeah, it's extraordinary. But I like the Fish. The more obscure players, the better. This would be great during the thick of it. Yeah, Lynchy can be a bit like that. And hey, there have been some poor set shot kickers as well. And there you go, 2023 Eurovision entry.
Yeah, Flip was over there checking out when he got some hair inspo, I think. So that's there we go.
We're gonna get.
Look, we'll wrap it up here, but I'm loving these comments.
I love it. I like how we've gone.
Yeah.
Awards night. Imagine trying to reach out.
Anyway.
Yeah. Imagine trying. Ben Dixon was a good set shot kick for goal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go back to Jarman. Anyway. Dunstall. We got one of the greatest of all time. All right. There we go.
The Chief. Very early in his career, he's talked about it in a lot of interviews, the Chief, where he didn't really have a goal kicking routine and he was still kicking 100 a year. That'd be good if we could have a player without a set shot routine, really, who's kicking, I'd take 80 at this point. Extraordinary. All right, so Hawks fans, the weirder the nomination or the weirder the award idea we are going to get to you. We just got a couple to get through, and then you can shoot them through so you can,
I don't mind a few coming up now.
Okay, all right, we can go to it now.
Chuck a couple in the comments, and I'll go back to them. So I'll
absolutely. If you think there's a definitive winner, chuck that in as well, and just make it all in the one comment because Matty's a bit like me in his free time. He hates going fishing. Oh boy, it's not for dazzling, let me tell you. So I don't have the patience. I just read when I'm on a boat, which is extraordinary because I don't really get motion sickness. But yeah, fishing's not one of the pastimes that I enjoy. I don't really know why I'm talking about it, but.
No, I don't know. You've just gone off.
No, it's just I was just going off. Yeah, I'd completely forgotten you were here, actually, Matty. But that's all right.
Thanks, mate. It's.
Do we want to go? Do we want to go to the next one?
No. I'll just get the grey matter of the Hawthorn Brain Trust going. So that's okay.
Absolutely.
Let's carry on. Next one.
All righty.
Best of the vets.
So yeah, mate, the best of the vets. So second to last poll, the 4 players. In the poll are the oldest players on the list to play 10 plus games. So Liam Shields just missed because I think he's played 9.
I don't know if I've still got everyone here. Does look like he's doing some magic. on my end. It might be me here, but I'm just going to go back to the fans here, have a good look around what we've got. If there's any polls that you reckon we can run with tonight, we've got Liam Shields. Hold on, we're back on the goal kicking here. It's not just me. Okay, and Nick, very, very sensitive. Do rest in peace, Daz, if it is your time. But all right. So, fans, let's keep it going. So we've got the best of the vets. He's officially gone. So, second last poll, 4 players in this one, our oldest players on the list to play 10 plus games in 2022. So the question was, who's been the golden oldie? And it was an interesting one because I reckon there's a bit of sentiment in this, and how you run with it. It's completely up to, I think, a little bit of the eye of the beholder. But let me see if I get this one right. I think we have. There we go. So Brewster's come home with an absolute wet sail there. Gunners, let's see, here we go. We've got Daz back. But, mate, I'm rolling with it. So we've got Mitchy there, obviously doing very well this year. Gunners a little bit less in terms of output, but clearly a fan favourite. So, 97 votes. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that one, Daz?
Yeah, I agree with it. Luke Bruce of that group has been the best, and I'm looking at the live vote, and Punky's still got 50% on 113, so more people getting involved, which is extraordinary. We've still got 21 hours on the polls to go. So of the last handful, if you want to get involved at Talkie Hawks on Twitter, go give us a follow on there as well and get involved in the polls if you're not on there already. But I think what the extraordinary thing is looking at that poll was the fact that we don't have anyone on the list older than we don't have no 33-year-olds on the list at all, which tells us that we've still got the nucleus of a side that's going to grow together.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, very exciting by all, what is to come. And haven't they done us very well? Those 4 players over the journey, coming off an absolute golden era and to still be flying the flag. So awesome.
And let's be honest, I mean, 3 flags each, Bruce and Gunston, Mitchell's won a Brownlow and 3 best and fairest, and Chad's been in the top 5, I think twice, but Punky this year's been great.
Yep.
I'm in awe of the fact that he laid half a dozen tackles in that game, and mainly because I think it was the first time since 2015 he's laid 4 tackles inside 50, which is extraordinary. Yep. Tommy O'Meara, I love the selflessness of his role so far this year, which has been fantastic to see. Loved all of that. So best of the vet. I think what I will give credit to, and I'm not paying lip service here, but the fans, I reckon, have been spot on every time. And what's awesome about the Talkie Hawks family is even if there's one that, I wouldn't have been my vote, I think of the Jack Scrimshaw one, I can completely understand Harry Morrison being Mr. Underrated. There's no anger there at all. We were on the preseason podcast, and although my internet connection that night was as bad as it was just now, we identified Harry as a player who was going to break out. So Dimmer pushed the mute button on that. He absolutely could have.
Dimmer's in the background. He's under the tutelage. He's clearly learning from some of the best here. And Dom, yes, Daz did pack up the wheel, and he's hitting the pier.
My Wi-Fi connection's like a cricket pitch, mate. It goes absolute garbage when it starts raining. So as soon as I heard the raindrops, I was thinking I was in trouble. But we got one more to go, and then we're going to get to the fans. But we might actually go to the fans first if we can, Matty, because this last one, geez, it's got some self-indulgence about it. Let me tell you, it's the votes have been updated as well, so which is okay.
I know Daz has been out hard today, getting more Twitter followers to recruit some more votes for this particular next poll event. So.
The 20s to all the family members that quickly made Twitter accounts. So I've got this is costing me a fortune. Goodness me.
I didn't do myself any favors. I could have done a retweet on this one, but so fans,
well, I'll give you the live update, Matty, because I think you'll enjoy the live poll. The live poll results, I think, are going to flatter you a bit more.
Oh, hold on. Should I retweet it? And I'll see if I can just pump up the numbers a tad. I like
You're
a bit
better
of
than that.
competition.
Do you? Are you sure?
Well, we're busy today, so we've
Boy,
got on.
extraordinary.
Got
All
on.
right.
I'm just curious now. Let's go.
Are you going live? Are you going to look at it live or?
Yeah. I'll get a.
Yeah, if we can go there in a second.
I won't milk it. I'll just do a retweet. We'll see what we get.
Oh boy,
We're struggling for votes on that one, mate.
Yeah, I'm not sure the fans have 100% appreciated the fact that we've gone internal with that last one, but I hope
won't
they
even
can
vote
see
on
that
it.
it is tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Really. Well, I've actually got something for the end that I think is going to be an extraordinary thing for the fans to vote on. But let's get to you guys, the fans. Who do you think deserves an award? And you can explain why, whether it's something we talked about tonight or something we haven't. We need you to comment below and let us know. We've had a couple of people in our group chat. Is Jai the best looking hawk? I was pretty disappointed they didn't say me, but that's all right. I can live with that. I'm here for the brains, let's be honest. Goodness gracious me. But so the more obscure the better, the weirder the better. And we can go with that. So fingers crossed the fans will get involved, and then we've got a pretty self-indulgent thing to finish on, Matt. But
well,
a couple of good things to finish
we're just
on.
seeing what comes through. While it comes
Absolutely.
through, just what was interesting was so Daz works. He tirelessly works at watching all of the games, writing up the articles for Talking Hawks. Does it with Mitch and Smitty, and we have a few other writers that do get involved. But the consistency of this man to keep pumping it out, it's admirable. And what we've loved is so his 5-star ratings. Seeing all these numbers, Chris just did his analyst best and just jumped in and just started crunching. So what was fascinating, a few little highlights. Any guesses who Daz has given the most 5-star votes to for the season to date?
Yeah, spoiler alert, it ain't Dimmer. I probably didn't need to say that. I'm sorry, Dimmer. I do love Dimmer. I promise you I love this man.
Go back and watch our shows last year.
Yes, please.
You did rave a lot. So
yes, I love the man. He's a star.
So there's the first one.
I don't think he likes me that much.
Put your comments in. Oh, look, he's in control of the dump button and the rain. So look out.
Yeah. So who do you think's winning the player review best and fairest? I think the fans are going to be on my side here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to hope. We do have the averages, but I'm going to first start. So not polling the greatest, but then one Jager O'Meara. For anyone that got it, I didn't see that one got up. But
is he first?
Jager is no. I've just he has come up as the player that you've given the most 5-star awards to. 5 AOGs. So it does need this is interesting because you haven't even done your stats on yourself. So this is our team now doing the stats on you. So
I don't like listening to my own voice, Matty, let alone going back through 13 weeks of articles. But it does need to be said just before you go to the results is I think it's round 12. I don't know. I think I would have agreed for round 13. But I think I've disagreed with the MVP that Hawthorn puts out. I think I've disagreed 8 times. In total. So, which is interesting. So I'm looking forward to these numbers because, all
right.
And then you said Jaeger, and I thought if I put Jaeger first, no. But no, I haven't.
I'm going off memory. Chris crunched it all up, and I think it was Jaeger came in 5th.
Okay.
I think he's averaging 3.5.
Bang. I don't know.
Or 3.4 from memory here. And then we had Tommy Mitchell. And he was 3.6.
Yeah.
And Lewis was 3rd. He was 3.6. And then Jai, 3.7. And Sicily came home with a 3.8. Yeah. So not bad. Not bad, Sis. And quite a few of the fans bang on here.
Sicily should get votes, but Jai or Sis. Yeah, I'm shocked that Dylan Moore isn't in that top 5. I really hope that he's only a vote or 2 back, but a little bit. Was he a bit quieter against Freo? Do you have? I think he was.
Might have been my memory. Chris can correct me on Thursday night if I am wrong. But Chris put a lot of work into it just to sort of. It was interesting to go back.
I'm
and look
happy with that
MMA,
top five. If Dylan Moore is sixth, then I'm confident that he would be.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to.
Maybe the Petty Crimmins, it'll be interesting to see how you match up, mate. But
yeah, that would be great. Wayne, sorry you're late. That's okay, mate. That's all right. No stress at all. You can go back and watch the first part. I do drop out for a little bit, but we're just calling that the Blake Hardwick revenge, so that's okay. That happens. So you can catch up on the Dimmer v Daz. There is footy boxing going on in the off season, Matty. Do you think we get Talking Hawks involved? You and Chris, bro v bro, brother boxing night. What do we reckon?
No, because Chris got trained by Costa Zoo's former trainer, and Chris would belt the living daylights out of me. So
that's some very good honesty.
He's got a little bit of reach on me, just a little bit. So I might be a little bit faster, but no, his technique would have me covered big time. So that's all right. I'll do my thing from behind the screen for now, and at maybe you and Smitty.
God, no. No, I am very much not built for that. Dimmer v Daz. You trying to kill me, Justin? Is that where we're going with this? It's extraordinary. I'm just having a look at the last poll too, Matty, before Dimmer punches crap out of me. Your retweet seems to be working. Brad would win hands down. Brad would win hands down. Interesting.
No. I need to know the opponents here. Who we're talking? Me, Chris.
Yeah. How would you go against Brad? This is going to cause some divisions within the Talking Hawks family, I think. So if Chris is the top dog, because you v Brad.
Yeah, I don't know. Barks probably got some moves. So no, I'm not going to worry about trying to be the alpha here.
The smaller the space, the better I'll be. The less movement that I have to do, and it's quality, not quantity of fight. I reckon. I'm talking rubbish.
This is where it's at. This is where it's at.
Tag team. I'll pick first. I get Chris.
All right, mate. So
let's draft. All right.
Let's do this. So we'll be at where are we doing that? Are we at Marvel Stadium when we're doing that? The SmackDown?
Well, they don't have finals at Marvel anymore, so we'll just get a Friday night in September going.
All right. Done.
Talking Hawks Rumble, you beauty. All right, let's go to the last poll. Can we hear from the fans, or do we want to jump into the last one?
No, I've been keeping an eye out. It's mostly us rabbiting off. Jeez, we're just going down memory lane. That's Talks Footy. You've got in there.
I haven't. Who's got my password to that?
All right.
Hang on. Who's logged into my old fate? That's weird.
Anyway,
I haven't done that. I promise you. That's extraordinary. All right.
I like this one. I don't know about who it is though.
Okay.
I don't know. I almost want to go with Monkey. If I have a choice, can I do that?
Mate. We'll talk about Mitch in just a tick. That's an extraordinary matchup.
There we go.
Oh, I've got your back, Matt. We'll fail together, but it's okay.
No, we don't take it out on Mitch. All good.
Yeah, we don't fail as individuals. We fail as a team when it comes to boxing, and that's okay. All right, let's get to it's the only MVP that needs to be spoken about in this building because we are trying to provide the best Hawthorn fan service on the planet. Because let's face it, this is the best sporting club in the world. Our success since 1960 has been extraordinary, and now that we've got pretty much a full contingency of a team helping us out, we wanted to go to the polls and go to our MVP. So from your exquisite hosting, mate, especially when my Wi-Fi drops out, we know how down to earth and analytical Chris can be about players, pulls no punches. I'd like to think Big Daz does a bit behind the scenes when it comes to the articles and stuff. And geez, hasn't Mitch taken to Talking Hawks like a hand in a glove?
Absolutely.
So we got the fans to vote on the MVP. Now, I get the feeling that when you've put your screen grab together, you've actually put it together at a time that wasn't flattering to yourself. Is that a fair statement?
Oh, I've just got the update, so that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, we will. I think this was where we started.
That's where we started. And they're numbers that are very flattering to me. But we've had double the votes in, and oh boy, that's brought me back to the pack, hasn't it?
You've pegged it back a little. I should have talked up my boxing game or something like that.
Now,
Might have helped me a bit more. I don't know.
Well, in my defense, if I could put something out there, I didn't retweet it, by the way. You
Opportunist, as I said, a competitor. Oh.
I think there's been 6 votes on that since you retweeted it, and 4 of them have gone to you. That's extraordinary.
Yeah, I've got 17 Twitter accounts. You're lucky I didn't just came storming home. No, it's not true.
I'll get Elon Musk to retweet it. We'll be all right. He gets the reach that that man's got. Goodness me. But that's just a bit of fun, Hawks fans. But if you can jump on Twitter and, well, if you can help me out, because I was feeling very comfortable about half an hour ago in that poll. And then Matt went down there, let's be honest, the shameful route of retweeting and getting the family and friends involved. He's gone outside the Talking Hawk circle, which for me is a disqualification.
I didn't know there was rules.
That's putting the poll into disrepute, I think. That's putting a poll into disrepute, which is extraordinary. So fans, get involved with that. Look, it's just a bit of fun. It's been relaxed. The Hawks are 4-9. I think by the bye last year, I think we were 3-10. So the first halves of the years have been, let's face it, not producing the results that we can hope for. And we know that there are going to be greener pastures to come. We finished last year so strongly, and we're pretty confident that we're going to this year. But also, Talkie Hawks, we're going to finish the year like a house on fire, Matty. We've just got bigger and better things to come. TalkieHawks.com. My team previews and player reviews will be there every Monday and Friday. I'm hoping to make Monday and Friday more permanently because, goodness gracious me, it doesn't work yet in the way real life job.
I do have a little bit of mail with one thing that we'll be doing. It's just looking at that. I guess maybe this gives you a bit of a feel for our banter and what we might do when we do an
Twitter accounts, is it?
In-person event. But no. There is one former Premiership player who is joining the Hawthorn Football Club in a different role. I won't name drop here. I'll let the club do all of that. But hopefully we can get them involved, that Premiership player at an event. And with Talking Hawks Zone, I don't think there'll be boxing gloves included. There might be Twitter polls, but we will have some fun. And, look, to get some of you to an event, it's been asked many times, so we'd love to do that, and we might have to work it out a little bit how we can fund it all and get you to sort of dig into your box a little bit if we're going to do it well. But we'll have some fun before the season finishes.
Absolutely. And last but not least, if anyone does have Blake Hardwick's mobile number, please tell him I love him. I really don't want any trouble. The man's a star, and he is extraordinary. But I think we're going to wrap it up there, mate. Some good awards handed out, some fantastic banner amongst the fans. I'm sure we'll touch on them one more time before we head out. But if you do want to help us sponsor CJ, Denver, and Jai, talkinghawks.com is the place to go. We'll probably chuck it in the comment section as well at the end. And you can get involved. It starts at $50. I still don't know who's got access to that account. It's probably my missus, considering she wants to box me, which is weird because
you need to get off.
There's a better way of putting it than that, Matt. That's extraordinary. So shout out to Sam. Goodness me, that's an extraordinary level of trolling that's going on there.
Yes.
Yeah. So talkinghawks.com. To get involved with all of that. If you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, even if Facebook is your place to watch, we understand that, but we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before grand final day, and we need your help. We are well over 800, but let me tell you, we are not content with the numbers. We need that trajectory going upwards, and it is up to you, the Hawks fans, that want more content. And of course, we don't go away when the off-season begins, so we stick around all year long. You're going to get your Hawthorn fix. I've probably missed something in that, and Matt can help wrap us up. But one thing that I do want to give a shout out, because I know he's watching at the moment, but we talked about Mitch, the great man who's come on board this year. Now, he has announced it to family and friends. I didn't actually ask him, but I'm sure he'll be okay with it. Last week, he got engaged to his beautiful partner, Kayla, they've been together for 8 years. So a shout out to them. I've known Mitch since high school, magnificent man, and I know him and Kayla strong as a rock. So those two, congratulations to you two. You're both absolute stars. And tell you what, my speech, Matty, is coming together beautifully. And oh my goodness, there's going to be some. Oh boy, all I'm saying, Mitch, is you've got two options, my friend. Either clear the room when Big Dazzling gets the microphone, or don't let it in my hands. There are two options, but you can wrap us up. Matty, if I've forgotten any of the plugs to do.
No, all good. Well, look, Base Compression help us get everything done week in, week out. So if you'd like if you're an athlete and you want to get into some of that active wear that actually can help improve your recovery, basecompression.com. There's a discount if you go to the talkinghawks.com partners page. And mate, Mitch, start saving if you want to put some money under the table to keep Daz quiet. He's a hard man to keep quiet. We all know that, and we're still here listening. So thank you, fans, one and all. We do love what you bring, and you're part of the reason why we do all of this. So, Daz, thank you for putting together tonight and hosting it all. We will,
mate, no worries at all. Thank you for everyone getting involved. Yep.
Is it Thursday night?
No, Thursday. No, Thursday. There's a game on. Is it
Wednesday night?
Richmond? No, Melbourne, Brisbane. So Wednesday night.
There you go. Wednesday night, fans. We'll be back talking the real stuff. Game preview then, and we will have a really good look at the Hawks going into play the Doggies. So until then, have a good one.
Absolutely. Thanks, Hawks fans.
Ciao.